You did the hardest thing you're ever going to do. You got sober. So why does this feel like you're still waiting on something? Here's what nobody tells you about what happens after you get sober. Getting sober is the door, it's not the room. And nobody hands you a map for the other side. So I'm going to give you the one thing that decides what gets built in there. And then I'll tell you about the day it got tested on me. My name is Alan, and this is 5 Minutes of Recovery. Just short of 10 years sober, I got a little bit of experience in this. So here's what I did when I got clean, and a lot of us do it. I stopped. Everybody's proud of you. There's a cake, somebody hugs you, you get a chip, and then everything goes quiet. And I figured that was it. I figured getting sober was the thing, and the rest of my life would just show up around it. Because life doesn't go easy on you just because you get sober. You clean yourself up, you start being honest, you do everything they tell you, and the bills still come. People still let you down. Everything you set in motion back when you were out there is still walking towards you, and it doesn't care that you changed. And that's where guys go out, not on a craving, on how unfair it all is. I know that voice, I had it in my own mouth. So here's what I've learned, and it took me years. Whatever I hold as true about myself is what shows up in my life. Not what I say, what I actually believe down where I don't argue with it. And mind you, I proved that the wrong way for 40 years. I believed I was worthless, no self-worth, none. And that's exactly what kept showing up. Source wasn't punishing me. Source was handing me what I kept insisting I was worth. And here's the part people skip. You assume the feeling of the thing already being true, and then you keep feeling it until it shows up. Did you hear that? Until it shows up. Not on Tuesday, not till something comes back and tells you you're wrong. And something's gonna come back and tell you you're wrong. That's not it failing. That's just the old life still hanging around. So pick what you're gonna hold. Mine was 4 words. I'll always have enough. So let me tell you when that got tested. I lost my license. And I thought it was only for a year because I figured they counted as my first DUI. But it was in Pennsylvania and they ran it consecutive. So the year's up and I'm excited. I'm going to get my license back and I'm going to start my carpet cleaning business back up. At least that was the plan. And I reached out only to find it's suspended for 2 years. So I got another whole year. And that really blew me up. It hurt. I'm working wherever I can to get work just to bring something into the house. And the savings I built up is starting to dwindle. I remember crying over it. Yeah, a grown man crying. Thinking, how am I going to provide for my family? Now take it, I was still doing all the right things. Back through the steps, in meetings, working with other guys. And somewhere in there it hit me. I already had what I needed to build the life I wanted. And a license from Pennsylvania wasn't going to be the thing that decided it. And that's when I believed it all the way down. I'll always have enough. And then my wife's son says to me, why don't we start the business back up? I'll drive. That's it. That's the whole miracle. A guy offering to drive. We got it going again, and inside of a year, we went from scraping to prosperous. And here's the strangest part. It keeps coming true. Even when it's been bad, I've always had enough. It became my truth. And once a thing is my truth, it's got to show up. So, listen. That question you got, is this it? That's not you failing. That's you standing in a room, and the room is where the life gets built. The steps clear the wreckage. That's what they're for. And I still work them today. But clearing it out isn't the same thing as building something in it. What happens after you get sober is the building. So pick your 4 words about who you are and hold them, right? Also, I made another video next to this one. I got sober and then I got bored out of my mind. That's the one that's up next. Go watch it. And I made a free step work companion on my website. It's in the description. Work it with a sponsor. And always remember, recovery is just the beginning. Anybody could get sober and stay sober a day at a time. I'm living proof of that. I'll see you guys in the next one.